Hey, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the Apostle Nelson Great Millstone and rule and teach well. Peace and blessings to Yakim throughout the four winds, pushing this truth and sincerity, giving all diligence. Okay, as you can see, the video is entitled Failure is Not an Option. I hope this is edifying to the elect. And the meaning of this is pretty self-explanatory, but it's just to be in a mind frame of selling out to Yahweh Shem Shai, okay? Because anything less is beyond us. You know what I'm saying? You have to truly love Yahweh Shem Shai. You have to love what you're doing. It has to be like breathing, okay? It has to be just like breathing. Bringing these scriptures out and edifying, it has to be like breathing the oxygen that you breathe in, okay? It's like, it belongs, okay? It belongs. So we should naturally have the desire to do these works, okay, in spirit and in truth, okay? We don't want to force the course of the river, all right? But through all this, failure is not an option, okay? No one ever goes into a basketball game, boxing, whatever, when you're competing with the intentions on, I'm going to be content with second place. I'm going to be content with losing. Okay? That's what practice is for. That's what giving your all is for. Okay? Self-explanatory. We didn't sign up to be losers. Yahweh Shem Shai didn't sign us up to be losers, bro. Now, all these things are predestined. It's going to be 144,000. It's going to be elect men. Okay, we're just all striving for that same penny. But we have to understand that the mind frame going into this is failure is not an option. Okay? Things in this life are going to test you, going to try you. Failure is not an option. What things are going to remove you? Okay? What things are going to remove you? What can remove you from this truth? Okay? I'm going to start off with Matthew 16 and 25. Okay? So lock it real quick. All right, this is let's see. Matthew 16:25. It says, For whosoever will save his life shall lose it." So this right here, this is falling into the mind frame of failure. Because if you're trying to save the physical and what you see, you're limited, okay? You don't want to limit yourself to something that's vain. Limiting yourself to something that is vain, you lose, okay? You're putting failure on the table as an option by trying to save your life, okay? Because it's nothing here that's worth holding on to, speaking physically in this world, okay? Nothing. All right? It says, "And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." That right there, when you lose your life, you take all failure and the option of failure off the table. Okay? That means you're sold out. Okay? This is Luke 14 and 28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? So when you sit down and you're looking to build, because we're building the house of David through Yahweh Shem Yahushua, okay? Doesn't Paul say, I do or endure all things for the elect's sake? That's even death. Okay? That's even death. That's by any means necessary. You're going to get the job done. You sat down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you said, you know what? I'm going all out. Whatever test, whatever trial comes my way, I'm going all out. Your mind has to be set that failure is not an option. Did Yahweh Shah fail us? Or did he go all the way through? Okay? If his spirit is truly on us, then this should be our mind frame. Alright? No matter what comes your way. This has to be the mind frame. Okay? Lest happily, after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. Now, you started this real heavy, real strong, your family see you, and everybody's watching you, waiting on you to fall. Okay? Waiting on you to fall. And just so they can say, man, we knew you was a phony. We knew it. Okay? So, Salakia. So, whoever comes into this, you have to understand, you got to take the gray areas out. You got to take the gray areas out of this. Okay? It's only forward on press. Okay? Press forward. That's it. No looking back, no turning around. Press forward. If something is a bump in the road, then that's what it is. Okay? It's just a bump in the road. You got to get over that bump in the road and you got to keep marching forward. Okay? I mean, it's just self-explanatory. But you got to keep in your mind, bro, you're not going to fail. Like, I cannot fail, bro. I have to march on. Because in most cases, it's people depending on you. If you have a family and it's the Lord's will that they be saved, they're depending on you. Okay? You got little ones, they're depending on you. So before you make that stupid decision and do something that basically shows that failure is an option on the table because you're walking carnally, you got to look down and say, did I intend on building this building just to throw in the towel when it's halfway up? Or am I going to go all the way out? Okay? Saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. You see it all the time. It stings when brothers are building. Well, I say brothers, but men are building. And it could be something that hinders them. And they leave away from building, and now it's like, oh man, next thing you know, they're back doing things they did in the world. And now it's like, oh snap, this dude didn't have it all along. It looked good, he started the foundation, but the whole time, when that test and that trial came, he couldn't stand on his, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't stand up. He had to run away and take care of the carnal things, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua was put on the back burner. You'll know those brothers, or those guys. I'm not going to call them brothers. You'll know them. Okay? Because they're not they're not set up to finish. All right? And people are watching them. Okay? Matthew 24:12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold. This is what you're going to see. Now, this is what lets you know if these men are true to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because certain things are going to happen in their life, and all of a sudden, failure becomes an option because of what they see physically. Now failure is on the table. Do they do it intentionally? No, they're not moving in the spirit. They're moving on carnality and what they can physically see. Okay? You have to learn to take yourself out of the equation. You got to learn to take yourself physically off the market. For whosoever will save his life, that means you're looking physically, carnally, and failure is an option on the table. All right? You can never leave that option on the table. You have to march forward no matter what the case is, bro. No matter what the case is, you always have to move forward. Because that situation, guess what? Whether you're with Yahweh Shem Yahushua or not, it's still going to be there. So why not do what's beneficial, knowing that the situation is going to be there regardless, and have Yahweh Shem Yahushua fighting for you? Because once you leave failure as an option on the table, guess what? He's not going to fight for you now. You're on your own. Because you're thinking carnally. Now imagine if that test came and you think carnally, you left failure as an option on the table, now you're going to try to fight your way back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and he's going to be like, I don't know, I'm not dealing with you. Now you're doing things on your own. Okay? Now you're trying to force the course of the river on your own. And this is when people begin to move without the spirit. They know the truth, but they don't move in the spirit. You know why? Because they left failure as an option on the table. The spirit and wisdom and knowledge will try you. Okay? It's going to try you to see if you're worthy. By putting something carnal that you care about in your face to see if you're going to break off the job that you have to do to go meddle in that carnality or those things in the world, just to see if you're going to stand strong. Okay? Take failure off the table as an option. It's no gray areas. If you're going to be that way and be carnal and not be in the spirit, just go on ahead and be carnal and not be in the spirit. It says, I'd rather you hot or cold instead of lukewarm. Okay? So if you don't have the testicular fortitude to man the fuck up and fight this battle, why even half-ass and fake it? Spirit gonna weed you out. Forget about how man looks at you. The spirit gonna weed you out. Okay? You can't trick your how about Shem Yahushua, bro. If his spirit's not on you, it's going to show. Alright? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end. Why is it telling you he that shall endure to the end? Because the love of many is going to wax cold. Someone you thought was in your corner, guess what? They're turning their back on you now. That wax cold is, hey, that's key for you're going to be tested. And it's going to be tests that's super heavy. Okay? Super heavy. Notice, love. Let's use love in the way that the world pushes it off to be. It's going to wax cold. That means it's going to be some motherfuckers deceiving. It's going to be people turning their backs. It's going to be people doing all kinds of wicked atrocities, bro. It's going to be all kind of wickedness. That's why it's telling you, if you make it through those things in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that same person that endured all that, that's who's going to be saved. Okay? This is Romans 1 and 15. So, as much as in me is, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that are in Rome, at Rome also. This is called counting the cost. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Hamashiach, for it is the power of the Most High unto salvation to everyone that believeth. How do you know you truly believe? When the love of those many wax cold, guess what? You're not going to fall off. It's going to hit you. Boom. May knock you down. You're getting right back up and you're walking. May knock you down again. You're getting back up and you're walking. And I'm not talking about no taking time off. You're going to fall and you're going to get up like, oh man, that hurt. That hurt. That's why I says preach the word in season, out of season. Okay? You're going to get up and you're going to move forward. Even though it's going to have a sting to it. Alright? You're going to get up and you're going to keep pushing. Because that's exactly what we were set up to do. Alright? We can't be ashamed of this. It says to the Jew first and also to the Greek. That's Israelites, that didn't know, okay? For therein is the righteousness of the Most High revealed from faith to faith. So, in that spirit, you're going to understand that this truth is going to be revealed and to who that spirit and truth truly is in. Because faith to faith, from battle to battle, they're going to be sold out. Alright? They're going to be sold out to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Nothing is going to knock them off. No man can pluck them out of my hands. No man can pluck them out of my Father's hands. Okay? It's going to be set up. These men, they're not going to fold. Simple. Okay? It says, as it is written, they, the just, shall live by faith. And when you're living by faith, it's not by something you physically see. You're trusting in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's why it says, without faith, it is impossible to please Him. Okay? I got another one I didn't put in here that just hit me. This is Romans 8. It says, 8:35, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? So through all these physical harms, things you see with your eyes, those are options of failure that's on the table if you fall to them. Failure is not an option. Okay? It's asking you, who's going to separate you from your faith? What is going to separate you from the faith that you have in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? Tribulation, distress, persecution. It's going from things in your mental and physical pains, physical torture, mental torture. Shall these things separate you from the faith to where you're shaken, and by you being shaken, cause you to throw in the towel? Okay? It says, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. That means we're going through it mentally, physically, each and every day. Okay? We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Sheep are very, very defenseless because we can't get carnal. Okay? We're expecting and we know and we have faith that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to fight for us. Okay? So our option of being carnal is taken off the table. We're not carnal men. We're spiritual. All right? That's why when physical things happen, we have to move spiritually, not physically, because if we acted upon our carnal tests and deeds, we're going to make carnal mistakes, and that's going to lead us into carnal judgment. All right? It says, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. You know why? Because we're trusting in him spiritually. We took the option of failure off the table. We trust in him because a sheep is not going to fight. It'll sit there and just get eaten. It's almost defenseless. But we have a shepherd that fights for us. Okay? So we need to trust spiritually in the shepherd, which is Yahweh Shai. All right? For I am persuaded that each man be persuaded in his own mind, and taking failure off the table as an option. Okay? That neither death. Start it off with death. That means you're going to go to the very end with failure being an option that's not on the table. Okay? Nor life, things you go through in life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come. This is someone who's totally sold out to where it's failure is not an option. I'm going all the way through with this. This is the mind frame we have to have. Okay? Nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature. That means human beings shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, which is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, our Lord. So it's nothing that's going to get us and pull us away from the faith we have in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You know why? Because failure is not an option. Let that play out in your mind. Do you really truly stand on that? I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to you sincere brothers pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Till next time, shalom.